Hello, everybody. It's Delisa Carnegie from Rooted Strength Studio, bringing you another little journaling video. This video is showing my photo journal that doubles as, just watercolor art play, a place to share, well, not really share my photography, but remember photography things and about my photography journal and trips and just life. So this spread, I am just doing a quick little watercolor background, and then I'll be adding some photos from a little trip. Does it count as a trip if you didn't go very far? My husband and I went to a little campground with a hiking trail that's only about 30 minutes through the woods from my house. So we didn't go far, but were able to get outside and do a little bit of exploring, even though it was to a place that we've been to many times over the years. Your travel journal doesn't just have to be about big trips. It can be little trips. It can be small things. Maybe you got to go visit a family member or a friend for the first time in a while, or just had a really lovely day shopping out, or whatever it is. Doing yard work in your own yard. It doesn't matter. And even if you didn't go outside and just did things around your home, you can still create these little journal entries as memory keeping your travels. Maybe you just take a picture or doodle or write about some thing that you really loved about being at home that day, or whatever. It doesn't matter. They don't have to be big things. That's the important part. It doesn't have to be a big thing to end up being journal worthy. And these journals don't have to be places of perfection and making the prettiest layout you can make or whatever. They're places to play and make a mess. And sometimes you're going to make mistakes, and it'll all be okay. It's not going to ruin anything. It's all going to be okay, and it's still going to be totally lovely and amazing. I promise. So next month is June, and June will be the first photo journaling or journaling prompt. You don't have to use photography if you don't want to. I will be using photography that I will be sharing with my newsletter subscribers. I will put a link below so you can subscribe to the newsletter if you want to receive those prompts. I will be recording the layout that I will be doing for that journal prompt and sharing that. So that will be here. So make sure you subscribe to this channel so you know when that video goes out. I know it's getting really close to June, and I'll tell you, I don't even have the prompt figured out yet. I know, it's terrible. I'm very much doing things at the last moment and trying to get everything set up. But it'll probably go out, maybe second week in June-ish, somewhere in there. And we'll do a nice bit of journaling together. And I hope it'll be really good. I don't know. I'm not supposed to say that. I'm supposed to be super confident and tell you it's going to be amazeballs, but you just, with these things, you never know how they're going to go. I mean, I'm kind of a pantser and just kind of do things by the seat of my pants and just go for it and see how they come out, especially when it comes to art stuff. But as we're doing these, it's use whatever journaling supplies you have. Doesn't require any special craft supplies or tools or anything. Just whatever you have is perfectly fine. I will be printing my photographs with a mini HP Sprocket mini printer. I will be using watercolors and different pens, and I don't even know what all I will even be using yet. Because those are the things that I have access to, and I'm making a photo journal. Your journal can be whatever you want it to be, and you can use whatever supplies that you have, and it's fine. Like if you just only want to write in your journal with a plain old pencil and that's what you're doing, that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. It all works. I don't want anybody to feel like they have to go rush out and buy any kind of certain supply because they see me using it. But yeah, so I'm really excited about that for next month. I will be sure to put the link down below for the newsletter if you want to subscribe to that so you get the journal prompt when it goes out. Oh, excuse me, I need to take a drink. I'm not used to talking so much. So, yeah. And here I'm just writing my thoughts about the day where my husband and I went on this little trip a few miles from our house and just had like a really nice walk through the woods. I did not end up with as many photographs as I had wanted to because my husband had other things he wanted to do that day and I felt in a bit of a rush. So definitely going to be going back to this spot by myself at some point this summer and taking more time and getting more photos because there was a lot more little wildflowers and plants and water and just a lot of cool stuff going on. That's the one thing about doing a lot of macro photography. You're always looking down and seeing all these tiny little things that you want to stop and photograph, and you don't always have enough time to get them all, or it's too windy, and the wind and macro photography don't always get along together. But yeah, so super simple layout. I have a very small selection of washi tapes and different things. Like the most art supplies I have is my watercolors, so you'll see me using a lot of watercolors for decorating my pages. And see me do some really messy, sloppy handwriting, and it's going to be totally fine. Not worried if things look perfect and neat and tidy. That's not the point. The point is the process. If that makes sense. these journals, if you're doing a photography journal like I am, it can be used like in this layout that is totally a memory layout. It's about a specific thing. You can also use it as a way to track your progress as a photographer, things that you learn, places that you go, like locations, what you liked or didn't like about a location, camera settings, just all different kinds of photography related information if you want to do that. Or it can be just straight up like a memory brain dump kind of journaling. It's really up to you what you put in your journal, how you use your journal, what your journal looks like. There are no rules for these journals. No rules at all, which is one of the things that I love about them. And we're coming to the end of the video, so I'm going to wrap this up. Please subscribe if you want to keep track of those journal prompts. Click the subscribe button, get on my newsletter, and hit that little bell if you want to get a notification when the next video goes up, which will be in June. And I hope to see you here. Comment if you have any questions about photo journaling or what we're going to be doing. Comment below. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you in June. And let's see what else. Oh, I'm also going to put the link to my Instagram below if you want to connect there. Okay, thank you. See you in June. Get out and adventure.